Hello there. God, I've got to do something about that intro. It cuts off abruptly. I will get that fixed. Put it on my list of maintenance. Hello there. It's Mac, aka Mr. Burger. And that young man down there with the glasses and the beautiful bald head is your name, Brian. Your name.
Brian Christgau.
And that man just to the right of him, the Dark Lord of the 7th level is
Dark Gift Comics, Anthony Romano. I see you out there, Vaughn Coleman, coming in.
And my co-host with the most, right next to me, the great, the wonderful, the mighty
Iron Oxide. Hey, what's going on, everybody?
There we go. All right, Vaughn Coleman is lurking about. So is Selena. Also a great co-host. Did a very good. We got the biggest views on Kira Watches last week. Really appreciate it. Big views on that. And I imagine Selena has a lot to do with that. Our best show, actually. An excellent horror analyst. Anthony, if you ever have time, we'd like to bring you on the show because we know you love horror as well. We watch a lot of short horror films on there, and they would really blow your mind. Hello there, folks. It's The Pitch, and we're here with the creator of Six Gun Gorilla, and we're here with the creator of, give us the name of the book because it's a long title. Give us the name, Anthony.
Oh, A Damn Dirty Thing, a pariah story. Excuse me.
Correct. I bought it. You should buy it. It's amazing. I picked it up on funmycomics.com. That's funmycomics.com, where you can also find Six Gun Gorilla on funmycomics, funmycomics.com. Make sure you guys have your stuff ready to show. Been an all right week in the community that is comic books. Some interesting stuff happening on the other side, which we won't say too much about. It's just been some interesting meltdowns because certain people's campaigns aren't generating quite as much money as they used to, and they have a tendency to be lashing out at the greater population of the world. But
who would do that?
Yeah.
Do you see? Not to cut you off, Burger, but do you see this blonde-haired bastard threatening me in the chat?
Who's that?
Cut it out, Vaughn. Cut it out now. We're not going to have that now.
Flexing?
He said, "I'll see you this weekend, DG."
I see you. Catch you in the parking lot.
He's gonna cash me outside.
Yeah, I mean, little dude weighs maybe like 96 pounds soaking wet. So,
Vaughn won the trivia contest last week, and I owe him a shirt. I'll be sending it out, Vaughn, since you're here on the 3rd. It'll go out on the 3rd and get to you in a few days. But yeah, Vaughn is probably feeling his oats because he did win finally after 9 to 12 appearances. He finally won the trivia contest, and God knows we're all proud of him.
Did you give it to him?
No, he legit won. He legit won. He really did. And I'm very, very proud of him. I noticed that it was between 95 and 2004. The music. So he dominated pretty well.
All right.
I didn't do bad at all.
Before we get into this, Anthony, what do you think of the Jersey Devil? Think you'll ever run into him up in the Pine Barrens?
See, that's a good question. Like, if you had asked me this 20 years ago, I probably would have said I did run into him.
Why?
I was on a bag of shrooms.
Oh.
Well, yeah, that's
usually about when they turn up.
But what you call it? Yeah, it's a fun story. It's creepy, like when you're driving down through like the southern part of Jersey, where like it's real dense over there, and it's like
Jesus, yes, it is.
And it's like the dark roads and everything, and you start telling somebody like, this is where the Jersey Devil is supposed to be hanging out. Like you get it. It's cool. Like again, I'd like to say that I've seen the Jersey Devil, but I probably didn't see the Jersey Devil.
What did you think that you saw? Like, what was, if it was a hallucination, what did you hallucinate?
No, there was definitely something out there. It was probably just like, it was probably like a large fox, you know, probably with a little bit of mange, you know. It was dark, and like I said, I mean, I wasn't full on like hitting the wall yet, but it was kicking in, you know. It was kicking in.
So I'm not up on all my cryptids. The Jersey Devil, is that similar to the Chupacabra? Kind of the same?
No, the Jersey Devil actually supposedly can fly. The Jersey Devil has wings.
Oh, sure.
The Jersey Devil, when it stands on its hind legs, is about 2 foot taller than your average guy. The Jersey Devil apparently has bifurcated teeth and is not a pleasant sight to behold, so to speak. Brian, real quick, again, before we get into this, do you think you will ever experience some type of phenomenon, whether it be supernatural or alien or something else in that nature in your lifetime?
God, I hope so. I hope so, because nothing's happened yet that I'm aware of. I mean, I've had some
not even strange feelings in an empty house, not even
no, never a cold spot, never a cold spot, never the feeling of walking into a tainted place, a spiritually tainted place, because I know people who have had these experiences and describe them very, very vividly. And no, I haven't. And people tell me that I don't have these experiences because I'm kind of actively looking for them. You know, when I go for walks at night, I'm hoping to see the dog man, right? Although people tell me that that's not an experience that you want. But yeah, I mean, hopefully one of these days, something. I certainly would like to see a ghost. I'm convinced that ghosts exist. That's for sure. Cryptids.
I am too, from a scientific standpoint and a spiritual standpoint.
Yeah. And it's just too many people. Do you know what I'm saying? And people who, when you let them know that you're open to the idea, to the concept, they will tell you their stories, and your bullshit meter is like this. Do you know what I'm saying? They're very matter of fact about their experiences, because they're used to hiding them, right? Because they're afraid of being accused of being liars or being thought of being crazy. You know, I know that a lot of the people that were visited by the UCLA parapsychology department, 9 out of 10 of the houses that they went to, the people were schizophrenic. They were imagining voices and ghosts and that sort of thing. But according to Richard Christian Matheson, you know, the son of Richard Matheson, the guy that wrote I Am Legend, he said every 10th house was the real thing.
Oh, wow.
That's cool. And Iron, finally, to wrap it up, you live in UFO Central.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever seen anything? Have you ever heard anything?
Absolutely. From when I was a kid growing up here, on everything from just lights, unexplainable lights in the sky that don't match. I mean, we all know what an airplane looks like. I mean, I'm right out of one of the most the busiest airports in the country. We all know what helicopters look like. We got that all the time. But when you see triangular shapes with lights that just seem to move independently for no reason and then just vanish, you see something that looks like a ball of fire, but moving intelligently. And instead of falling to the ground, if it was some kind of debris or something, going up and getting larger, not smaller, as it goes up. Visited quite a few different haunted locations, been to the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, had a lot of just not what you would see in a movie kind of events and things happen, more subtle, like more probably kind of similar to what Brian, what you would say some of your friends were telling you about.
Yeah.
Just bad feelings to things moving just slightly independently. You know, you catch it from the corner of your eye. You think you see somebody following you down their old, like 100-year-old staircase, walk up, say, excuse me. And then like, wait a minute. And you look back down and there's no one fucking there.
Right.
And unless he jumped over, there's nowhere else he could be.
This happened to you?
Yeah. Me and my wife.
Oh my God.
That place, the Crescent Hotel is no joke. So just lots of stuff like that. Nothing like, so I can't write any books about it. Hasn't been that extreme, but yeah, definitely seen quite a few things, enough to kind of limit my skepticism, so to speak.
All right, that's pretty cool. Go ahead, Anthony.
We had a couple of, when they shut down all the mental institutions back in the day, we had a couple of ones that were in the area that just like, were vacant, abandoned, people go and party and, but like, there was one that was close by. Well, not close by to where I'm at now, close by to where I grew up, that we used to go to all the time. And that place was, you would just hear voices, and like you're the only like 4 or 5 people in the place. It's like 2 a.m. There's no one else there. Unless they walked 6 miles on foot, to get from the main road all the way through the woods. Maybe, but there was no other cars or anything, and you're hearing voices down the hall. And when you get there, there's nobody there, and it was creepy. It was creepy. They tore that place down. It took them 20 years. The thing was shut down for 20 years before they finally tore it down. But
damn.
Wow, interesting stuff, fellows. Interesting stuff. All right, let's start with Anthony. If you could bring up your stuff, sure. Let's have a conversation, if you could.
Sure.
I look forward to getting this book. Look forward to getting Brian's book. Here we go. All right, there you go. Anthony, tell us a little bit about this particular project, will you?
So, not only do I do my own projects, but I also publish for other people. This is for a gentleman named Doc Blaylock. Some people might know who he is. Great guy.
Yep.
Undistinguishable voice. His voice the minute you hear it. We published his first book, Pariah Blood and Mud, last year. We funded it on Indiegogo, 48-page graphic novel. And this is his second book, 24-page. Well, actually, I think it came in at 32. But it was supposed, no, 24. Came in at 24. Floppy, but this introduces the character Jake Bishop. It's a noir with a hint of supernatural. He's your typical gritty private eye, but he dabbles with a little magic. So he has a little bit of an edge. And in this, he's actually investigating his own attempted murder. He gets hit, his partner is killed, his secretary's killed, he survives, and goes through a long healing process, and then he gets on the trail of the gangster that took the hit out on him. And along the way, we meet Portia Vance, who's his new secretary and very mysterious in her own right. And it takes place concurrently with Pariah Blood and Mud, because in Pariah Sanctum of Hate, which is already in production at the moment, which is the second book in the Pariah saga, he actually his next appearance will be there. So that's kind of why we did this, because originally Pariah was going to be one big book and he was in it. But when we broke it up into a trilogy because the economy took a shit, so we wanted to make things a little more affordable, he got cut out of the first one. And rather than go through all this exposition and explain who he is, we figured we'd introduce everybody to him.
Nice.
Excellente. Like I said, I personally have this particular book, have paid for this particular book, and looking forward to this particular book.
Well, it'll be going out this week. We got them in.
Oh, fantastic!
So if you back it, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say if you back it, you'll be getting it like no wait.
Oh, nice.
All right. You want to hit him with the first question, if you would.
Now, sure. Now, you said this was one you're publishing for someone else. Did you have anything to do with the creative process or anything? Since it sounds like this kind of a shared universe with you want to kind of give me a little bit more of the background into that, I'm very interested.
Yeah, so in this, as far as the universe goes, in this world, the aesthetics of the 1940s have never gone away. It's modern day, but everything is like, think about like the original Batman the animated series, how everything was modern, but everything wasn't modern, and like you didn't know what year it was. So they got everything we have. They've got cell phones, they've got computers, they've got TVs, they've got, but they don't call them the same things. They call like computers aren't computers; they're data types. So everything has its own little, subtle change in name. You don't really get to see too much of that as far as in Pariah. I mean, you just figure, she's on a farm and it's an old truck, but no, it's actually a new truck. It just looks like a 1940s truck that she's driving, But like we don't explain that. In this, there's a little more, explanation to it. Like all the cars are those old classic,
Oh man.
Yeah, classic style cars and stuff. Now Doc, he writes and draws everything and then sends it to me. I'll do art edits as far as usually I'll have him change something. If I've already got the pages in hand, because he lives down in Georgia, so if he sends them to me, then I will then do some of the edits. I've done some supplemental inks on both books. And I'm also the editor and the letterer. So I do all the lettering and editing. Yeah.
Cool. Absolutely cool. Double bacon cheeseburger cool, actually. Would you walk us through your creative process that you went through to kind of begin, middle, and wrap the book up? Where did it come from? How Doc kind of evolved his little ideas. Just walk us through the baseline creative process, if you would.
Right. So, like I said, Doc's first book was Pariah, Blood and Mud, which we have here, and you can get that on this campaign if you didn't back it. So we have that here. This has Elizabeth Payne. Think I Spit on Your Grave, but with a witch. So that's why this book is strictly for mature readers. There's a scene in there that's pretty makes you uncomfortable. I'll put it that way. It was uncomfortable for Doc to write and draw. It was uncomfortable for me to letter and edit. It was very uncomfortable, but it was necessary for the driving plot of who she is and why she's doing what she's doing. She's on a quest for revenge. So like I said, he wrote this. This was originally going to be a 120-page graphic novel. But then the economy took a turn, and we said, who's going to buy a $35, $40 book from a no-name first-timer? So let's break it up into a trilogy, and we were able to mark it down to $12 for the campaign. So it's $12 on this campaign, but it's usually like I'll be at a convention this Sunday where I'll see Vaughn. That wasn't a threat, by the way. He's going to come by and hang out with us. Me and Elasmat will be at a convention here in New Jersey.
Oh, Anthony, I would take that as a threat if I were you. I know Vaughn.
I've met him a few times. He lives 5 minutes from me, so I've hung out with him. Me and him and Rini had dinner at my job. I brought them to the restaurant I work at, and we had dinner.
I'll be honest with you, that makes me even more concerned. But go ahead.
So, we broke that down. Like I said, so we had this character, Jake Bishop, who you don't know is he friend or foe of Elizabeth, because he's that I get my guy, I'm going to get, he gets his man. Like, if he's after someone, he's going to get him, bring him to justice. And she's out there, she's basically a serial killer, but she's taking out Russian mob bosses. So you'll have to get Sanctum of Hate to find out like where their relationship lands. Like, is he a, ally, or is he after her? Because at the end of this book, there's a little, one-page epilogue where he gets the phone call from the police saying, hey, I got a case right up your alley. Somebody's using magic to take out Russian mob bosses. Could use your help. And he's like, I'm on it. And so in Sanctum of Hate, like I said, we will meet him. So the idea for Jake Bishop solo book was, like I said, instead of having this big exposition trying to explain who he is or take pages away by doing his you know, preliminary introduction, you know, not technically his origin, but the basic of what you need to know. Doc decided, ran it by me, said, hey, how about we do a little floppy? It actually started off as an ash can. It was going to be 16 pages. Then it grew to 20 pages. Now it's 24 pages. So it wound up becoming a standard floppy. But like basically explaining who he is, where he's at now in his life, and like what his driving force is. And obviously it's because he almost got taken out. So we basically have given you the introduction here, so this way once he shows up in Sanctum of Hate, we can give a little exposition for those who had bought Pariah but didn't buy this, but not so much that we need to go like full on into it. And Doc has now fallen in love with this character, that after the Pariah Saga, because the Pariah Saga is a 3-book, you know, it's a trilogy and it's done. You know, the Jake Bishop, well, we call them the Jake Bishop files, will be the his what's the word, flagship character going forward. Like that'll be his baby going forward. So when he brought the book to me, I read it and I was like, yeah, this is great. Let's go with it. And then it just kind of grew from there. Like the process for this book was a little weird because it was a floppy, but it evolved in so many different ways. Like there's a novella version, 116 page novella.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, little pocketbook size. First time I ever edited and formatted a novella. Way easier, by the way, than a comic. Like way easier. But it is illustrated. We have 12 great illustrations. 5, I think, are from Doc himself. We have a James Lee illustration in here. We've got Levi Scheme. John Dillard did an illustration. Christian Zaffo, Stephen Brown from Bullcat Studios, and I did 2 illustrations in here.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, and this goes into more depth, like you know, he gets to like really delve into like the psyche of the character. We have an audio book written for the version of the novella with we already have like who we want to do the voices and everything. We just haven't hit, you know, we haven't even hit our regular goal, but we went to print anyway. But you know, if we ever make it to 4,000, we'll do the audio book.
So you want to do that as like a radio play, basically.
Yeah, I have a sample here. I'll show you exactly. Yeah, there's a sample down here. We don't have to play the whole thing because it's rather long, but I'll show you like the first like 30 seconds. Oh, this phone number is a working phone number. If you call it and leave a message and ask Jake Bishop to you know, take on a case, like, you know, if it, you know, we're gonna go through them eventually and pick the best one. We got some already. There's some funny ones. There's some serious ones, but we'll pick the best one, and the best voicemail will win some free shit. Don't dox yourself, but just make sure we know who you are, even if it's just like somehow. If it's your screen name or something that we would know, you know what I mean? Like, don't give us your full name, because we're gonna be listening to these live on air. You know what I mean? So you don't want to be like, you know, hey, it's so and so, otherwise known as Chaka in the chat. I just said that because it's the first name I saw out there, but yeah, call a message, ask for a case, and we'll see if we can get you some free stuff. So here, I'll play.
Very clever. That's very clever. I like it.
I like everything about that.
Yeah. So this is just an idea of where we want to go with the audiobook. So.
Oh yeah.
Money. It's always about the money. There was no movement in Morelli's official banking records, but there was absolutely no chance he was living low. Not Morelli. No, wherever he had planted himself, he'd be living in luxury, and that means money. When the mob moved money off the books, they did it through shadow bankers. There was one such individual used by the Italians, the Irish, and the Russians, and God knows who else. Whitey Doyle. If you needed money moved off the books, Doyle was your man. He operated out of a legitimate pawn shop in the business district of Iron Heights. Doyle's was the place to go if you were a whisper away from ruin, where the last shreds of dignity can be pawned for a breath of borrowed time. I park around the corner and wait. For this to work, I have to be sure that Santos still has some of his boys keeping an eye on me. I smoke a cigarette before finally getting out of the car. I walk past the pizza place and the liquor store that sells lottery tickets before entering the innocuous storefront. Two suits stand opposite in the shade of an awning of the
I don't want to keep going, but you could get sucked into it.
Oh,
but
that's
No, it's very good.
That's fucking cool, man. Down to the
very
music. Yeah, that takes you right back to like a 40s, like one of those private eye films.
That was dope. And also you can tell, I mean, Doc is a smoker, but you could tell he like really must have like knocked back like 2 packs before he recorded that.
Yeah. Man, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that I was aware of that. I don't know if you've ever discussed that before, but I really dig that like a shovel, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We were thinking like for like a lot of our, like we have, Phantasmagorical. Everybody might know her from the chat.
Oh, yeah.
She's very well known for having very poor eyesight. Like she's practically blind. Like I think she's legally blind. Like she's like Jason Bascom. I think she's like, which that guy blows me out my mind. The fact that he can barely see 2 inches in front of him and draw the way he draws is insane. But I digress.
Yeah.
But I think she's like legally blind. So we were thinking of people like, so when she backs books, she actually has friends read them to her.
Oh,
Show back your comic, and then Hen or somebody else, they'll sit on the phone and she can see the page, like she can look at the artwork while somebody else reads the dialogue to her. Yeah. So instead of doing, having that, she can like literally, we were thinking of her, have the audio book, and then like you can buy, so, and I'm sure there's other people out there who have, maybe aren't as vocal about like their vision problems or maybe future customers who have vision problems that, so if we hit
She's
4,000,
actually pretty awesome. She really is. Hell of a game show host. She actually set it on a weekend one time and hosted the trivia deal. Awesome. So, good eyesight or not. She does a hell of a music trivia run. But yeah, that is really great, man. We're actually thinking about doing either in December or right after Thanksgiving, doing a kind of a radio play for the a live action Mr. Burger cartoon radio play. I love old radio plays. I love them.
I do too.
They really now you're talking. But go on, Anthony. Go on.
Yeah, so I may even just fund it myself and just do it because it's such a good idea. But if we hit 4,000, that would really help out with like paying everybody for their time, and because we're gonna, like I said, we have people from in the community that we've already either talked to or want to talk to about doing the voices, if we do it, we'll unlock it as a perk. Obviously, we have like bundle perks, like the damned if you do and damned if you don't tiers, which is basically like a subscription tier. So anything added, you just get. So like if it unlocks and you've backed one of those, then you don't have to worry about backing it. But if it unlocks and you buy it, you'll get a probably an MP3 is the best way to distribute it as far as your own personal copy, but we're also going to get it on like Audible. So this way, if you have an Audible library, you can add it to your Audible library as well.
That's
Pretty
awesome.
cool, man.
Yeah.
Really
But-
cool.
Yeah, Doc's like leveling up. Like this is like sample artwork from the comic. That's Dottie. She's awesome. She's already a fan favorite character, and like no one's even gotten the book yet. And here you can see Jake using some magic. Yeah, he's not. He's what you call a ditch wizard. He basically just manipulates magic. He's not like a witch or a warlock or anything. He uses other factors to manipulate magic, whereas like Elizabeth Payne from Pariah was born. Like there's different types of magic in Doc's world. Always a coffee mug on Doc's campaigns. We had the Pariah ones, and now we're gonna have the Jake Bishop ones.
No ashtray.
We're thinking about it. No shit. We're thinking about it because the two of us smoke like fiends.
I know. To be honest, when you're ready, that's the thing is it's got to be your own idea. But when you're ready, talk to your boy here, man. Quit a 25-year habit with this freaking thing.
Yeah, I quit for a year, so I know I could do it. It's just, yeah. So these are some of the illustrations that are in the novella. Well, actually, this one we didn't wind up using in the novella. We actually used it on the back of the trading card. So if you had signed up for the mailing list and you backed, you got a trading card with art from Tanner Hurley, and everybody gets a Porsche Vance trading card, which we have everything in. These are all the trading cards I've done so far. But this was the exclusive trading card by Tanner Hurley, and this is the one that everybody who backs gets. So if you signed up, you get both.
Folks, before we switch over to Brian, I'd like to say something about what Anthony's doing right there. You see what he's doing? He's actually got stuff completed in a very professional way, and he sends it out. Now, I know a lot of people, especially in new CG, prefer their books and their products to come 3, 4, 5 years later, and then get shit on if you complain about it. You see, Anthony's not a new CG creator. He's an old CG creator who does things in a professional and good manner. Again, we know there's a lot of people out there who prefer their books to be late and then have creators bitch and complain about it and blame you for some reason. But this guy, he's not one of those. The book's actually finished. The perks are actually finished. They're actually ready to go. Just think about that, folks. It's weird. He's some kind of weirdo. What's wrong with him? What's happening? But he actually has his stuff done and ready to ship out. Goodness me.
I do catch flack because I do have one book that's late, but that has issues in the back scenes that did that. But it's actually going to print within a couple of weeks, so I'll finally get that off my shoulders. But every other book that we've done has come out on time when we said it would.
What?
Pariah, wow. Blood and Mud. This is some sample artwork here, so you can actually see how Doc's art has leveled up from the first book to the next book. Man. But it's still fantastic here. And we try to make things reasonable. Like if you want all 3 books, the novella, the comic, and Pariah, if you didn't back Pariah, you get all 3 for $25.
And it's finished and it's reasonably priced. Oh, you know what, Anthony? I have to tell you, you really don't belong in new CG. That's not the place for you.
Nah, baby, the slums is where it's at.
There you go. But yeah, folks, back this book. Anthony, do send me your link so I can put it in the in the chat there. Send me your link.
$7. I'm gonna put it in the private chat right here.
Thank you.
$7 gets you the comic, $9 gets you the novella, 15 gets you both, 25 gets you all 3. $95 you can get the total catch-up tier. Get all 3 books, the mug, 2 sketch cards from Doc, a print just for the bundle package, which I have here, the Porsche Vance print, and the blacklight tapestry from the Pariah Blood and Mud campaign, and the coffee mug. Did I say the coffee mug? Yep. So that gets you everything. If you've backed Pariah and you just want all the new Damn Dirty Things stuff, none of the Pariah stuff, $60 gets you all that. And then, like I said, if any stretch goals that open up, you backed one of these 2 tiers, you automatically get whatever we add to it. So,
David D, where are you? Share the links. Stop drinking nice scotch and share the link. Folks, just fantastic. Fantastic. We're going to switch gear here after a quick promo about what we do here on Thursdays. We'll be right back with our boy Brian Christgau. But watch this and absorb.
Check out Kira Watches. featuring Mr. Burger and guest star Scream Queen Selena. Tune in every Thursday at 9:15 p.m. CST to catch the latest in short horror films, indie comedies, and top-notch independent animation. Join us as we dive deep into these films, offering in-depth analysis and opinions on all things comedy, horror, and animation. Don't miss it. Be there or be square.
Again, that is Kira Watches on Thursday at 9:15. Again, hopefully Anthony and I can make some arrangements so he maybe makes a guest appearance. We had a really good short last week called Street Number 4. And after that, another one was called Anastasia, I guess was the name of the next one. It was a interesting take on vampire lore. Very good. Unfortunately, we're caught in this loop of doing a lot of bad things happens in the woods type shorts.
Yeah. I think I've seen that. I think someone showed me that once.
They're easy on the budget. Budget. You have to remember that horror has always been a low budget medium, right?
Yeah.
That's why I love the horror movies were like the original indie movies, and they.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brian. We may make a slate up for you on a Thursday night if you got the time. You and Anthony.
Yeah.
On Thursdays, on Thursdays. I actually have a show on my channel that is the Horror Movie Club.
Okay.
Depending on the time, that starts at like 9:30.
Okay. Well, maybe we can sneak in for a few minutes. But definitely, awesome. Anthony, we'll definitely try and make arrangements. But first, let's talk about Six Gun Gorilla.
Oh snap! Yeah, Six Gun Gorilla. This is going to be the 10-year anniversary of this book. I made the first issue. Yeah, 10 years ago. And the next year, my friends and I went and had a table at the New York Comic Con, and we sold out over 400 copies of issues 1 and issues 2. We actually literally sold out of books on day 2. So the reception the book has gotten over the years has been fantastic. The critical reception has completely blown me away. People telling me that the story actually literally brought them to tears to me is just amazing. I'm not being braggadocious. That's just me being very, very, very grateful. Because, shit,
look at it. You should be proud of it. It's awesome. Go ahead.
I'm proud of also the people that worked on it. I've been so lucky with my collaborators. My good friend, Adrian Sibar, unfortunately, he's no longer with us. He did issues 1 through 7. And then who stepped in to help me out for the issues 8, 9, and 10? My boy, Preston Acevedo. And as you can see, he is absolutely killing it on this book. The art is phenomenal. As for the writing, this one is going to be pretty much all action. That is to say, this is the climax. This is the finale to the Long Days of Vengeance saga. So when this issue wraps up, that's it. There ain't going to be no more Six Gun Gorilla, at least not for a while. I do intend on bringing him back eventually, but as part of an ensemble of other Weird West characters. So sort of an expanded Six Gun Gorilla universe. I don't know why I always turn into Vince McMahon when I say that, but it's just a very fun Vince McMahon kind of a concept, I suppose. Everybody who backs the book will get this wanted poster by my boy Adrian Sibar. Of course, you got to get the 6 a.m. sticker. My boy MC Mark Marinelli, masticating MCs like spaghetti, made this for me, and it's beautiful. And so I made on the previous campaign, I gave away a sticker that was of this image, but it was small. It was embarrassingly tiny here. It's actually on the side of my computer. If you can see that.
Oh yeah.
Now, what kind of idiot makes a small sticker of a gorilla? Right,
you know.
To make it up to people this time, I'm gonna make sure that's gonna be a big fat one.
Right, right. Yeah,
Brian, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going 6 a.m. Yeah, I've yet to have a campaign that I thought 6 would do well with I had a character well enough to do that with, and after Pariah, I'm thinking I'd love to see his take on the Golem for Sanctum of Hate.
Oh,
yeah,
or the Heap too.
Yeah. So, gotta have 6 a.m. stickers.
Gotta have a 6 a.m. sticker.
Brian, actually, I got a message the other day on X about staying motivated through a long process or project that could take months and everything like that.
Yeah.
How do you push through for young creators or creators that are starting out, been at this for 10 years? How do you push through? How do you stay motivated to get the project done? I put that question to you, sir.
Well, you make sure that your project is motivated by passion, first and foremost. You make sure that it's something that you're going to be happy to spend a lot of time with. And this was just a story that I felt passionate about, and really kind of poured my guts out on this book. It is a wild fantasy pulp adventure, but it also has a lot of heart. And I think that's what really keeps people coming back, and why people are, eager for the next chapter in the series, which, like I said, this is going to be the last one for a while. And also, this book is late. It's not 2 years late yet. We had some shit happen to us, both me and Preston. We both lost our houses in different ways, right? Now, I'm not making an excuse, right? You never make excuses, but you provide explanations. So I want people to know that this book he's literally finishing the last pages. Mr. Berger, if you could blow up my screen real quick.
Let's see if I can.
That's not a bother. Not to be all bossy or anything.
How the hell do I do that?
At the bottom, at the bottom, the little on each of our little screens, you'll see a little gray square in the left corner. Click on that on his.
There it is.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anthony.
You're welcome.
I'm telling you, man, what would you do without millennials?
How dare you?
I'm not a millennial. I'm Gen X.
No, I know you're an Xer too. So am I. Yeah, I mean, when I get these pencils from Preston, they're so damn beautiful. I don't want to see them inked. I don't want to see them colored.
Fucking amazing. Look at that shit. Look at it.
Just want to.
Awesome.
I'm just like, can we just print it just like this? So we are probably at some point going to be doing a artist's edition, because I know that
you got it. Preston's a beast.
He's phenomenal. He is super fun to work with, and he's leveling up.
Hold on, Brian. Hold on. I gotta say something, folks. You need to get this. You need to get this book. Look at this. You need to get the book. What's wrong with you? Pick it up.
This is just one of the
spoilers.
His art is just one of the reasons why we call him the Good Preston.
Yes. He's the most underrated artist in our scene. And he can draw the shit out of a gorilla, can't he?
Dude, his paintings are
phenomenal.
Amazing.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. That's where he excels. Yeah.
Very good point, James Hurley.
Project right now that's really going to be dope.
Very good point, James Hurley.
What up, James?
Hey, James.
Yeah, and also here's the other thing too. These were 2 years late, right? Getting to backers, because I had a fucking nightmare getting someone to actually make these for me. Finally, my homeboy, Simon Poitier, my Quebecois brother, he helped me out. And people that backed this, when they got this in the mail, they didn't get one of these, they got 2 of these and a written apology. So one of the things I always make sure to do is, if you have a problem with your order, or if my book is late, in this case, you're getting extra stuff, because my backers are the people that literally allow me to make my dreams come true. Do you know what I'm saying?
Folks, once again, we have a crazy person. He cares about customer service. He talks. He's transparent about any issues he has, and he apologizes for making a mistake. He doesn't blame a bearded black man for all his problems. He actually just comes out and gets things done.
Yeah, man.
What you know about that?
Now, this is artwork from Jason Orpheus, the guy that does Octopus Cowboy, which you should go back, by the way. It is pretty damn incredible. This is going to be a 14-page backup story that's going to be in the Volume 2 book. And it's going to introduce a character from the expanded Six Gun Gorilla universe. I figured if these characters were all going to be in an adventure together, I should start dropping little origin stories. And so this one is for a character named the Dandy, who is a British gentleman, young man who came to the New World because he was running from the law. And for a reason I'm not going to give away, because it really kind of sums up the character in a lot of respects. But yeah, I mean, I can't wait for that. And yeah, he's going to be one of the characters appearing with Six Gun Gorilla in a book called Any Gun Can Play. And that's going to have other characters that are kind of like Weird West characters, like Sam Hain, the Blazing Szechuan Kid, Padre Crooked Stick, Sledge Strode, the Phantom Vaquero, right? So yeah, so Six Guns will be coming back, but he's going to be coming back as part of a ensemble. And
nice.
Yeah,
absolutely
and of course,
awesome.
Dandy, the first one that you're going to meet in the pages of Six Gun Gorilla.
Absolutely amazing. Oh, go ahead.
Every time you go to fix your glasses, Brian, I feel like you're doing it on purpose and calling us all losers.
I'm not.
He does this.
I'm not used to wearing these.
But you do.
Wearing these. This is like a new thing for me. It's like I'm short-sighted. Like everything's blurry up front. These are.
You know what? I've always felt that way, Anthony. Let's be honest. I've felt that way since the minute I met him. Right? I think it's a subtle dig at me.
Yeah, when he does this. He uses his thumb, but he puts his index finger on his forehead and he makes the L sign.
Did I really do that?
Yes. You've done it like 4 times.
I'm sorry about that. No offense.
I'll tease it.
Ian, can you excuse Brian's rudeness and hit him with another question?
Oh, sure. You know, I may have asked this one before, but this is one of my favorite questions to ask, especially seeing work like this. If you had any option to see this go into another platform or another medium, it could be animation, live action, even just toys and collectibles, like a successful toy line, kind of like how Ninja Turtles had in the 90s. What would you pick and why?
Oh God, I would love to see a live action film.
Oh really?
I think, I've always, preferably with, practical effects, like Rick Baker kind of a thing.
Oh,
or
love that you said that.
Jim Henson's Creature Shop. They just unveiled their version of Grendel for the adaptation they're doing of the John Gardner novel Grendel. And I would love to see it as a live action film. I would also love to see it as an animated film too. But of course, I'd love to see this as a live action film because it is very inspired by live action Westerns. right?
Mhm.
I fell in love with the Western as a genre as a kid, mainly through the Italian films of the Sergio Leone,
Spaghetti
Sergio
westerns,
Corbucci,
yeah.
Sergio Solima. Basically, if you're interested in spaghetti westerns, people go and watch a movie by a guy named Sergio, and you're gonna be copacetic. But then, of course, watched a lot of the American westerns, the Howard Hawks, John, the guy who did The Searchers, John Ford.
Oh,
Right. So there's a lot of that influence in this comic. I just love the Western as a genre and as a style of storytelling too. At the same time, I grew up loving gorillas and King Kong, Mighty Joe Young, and so this was a way to kind of like combine those two childhood loves. I forget, what was your original question again?
oh, just if you could see it branch into another form of
You
media,
answered-
you still
Another
have to retain
medium. I know
control,
because
yeah.
I'm rambling.
No, you
Yeah,
answered
no,
it.
no,
You
no,
answered
These are
it.
great
awesome.
answers, Phil. And I love that you said conventional effects. So doing it in the style of those old
Practical.
great classic westerns, but then you've got the conventional effects of a Jim Henson project that they're not using enough of anymore. I mean, it's
Yes,
so rare. I
yes.
think that was the only thing that made the new Alien film. I mean, the best part about it was those conventional effects and the limited use of CGI. So
At the
Agreed.
same time,
great answer here.
I have to say that I watched like the last Planet of the Apes movie, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Now that series has been trashed as far as I'm concerned since Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which I thought was brilliant, right? But the special effects are by Weta, Peter Jackson's outfit in New Zealand, are absolutely astonishing. They've
You are
actually
correct.
managed
Yeah.
to like really kind of like create these believable characters. So that technology is getting better. I always think that what Guillermo del Toro does is best, which is to combine the two.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's actually the best way to go when you actually
Yeah.
combine.
Yeah, I mean, you're
Well-
not going to get away with having no CG in a movie, especially something with kind of a as fantastic of a an outline as this. But
Right.
the
But
less is more always.
CGI is best when you don't notice it.
Yep.
When you're not even aware that it's there, I think.
Yeah, I think this would make an amazing live action. I think it would make an amazing
Video game.
a video game first person shooter from the Gorilla's perspective. I think that would be awesome. Brian, I've known you for a while now, and I really believe in this project. I really believe in both projects, both Anthony's work and yours. I think Anthony's deal would make a great 8-part television show on Tubi. The hell with all the other streaming services. Tubi's where it's at because that's where
Tubi's
I'm
the
at.
shit.
So anyway, so
Tubi's the shit. They've got the best horror selection on there, better than Shudder.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think that both of your stories lend themselves to greater mediums.
We've discussed, and I can't, I don't want to get too much into it, but we've discussed certain things with as far as like live action. I won't say more than that, but we've discussed certain things with certain people.
And I hope those things go through. Hail, student of God. Hail, student of God.
Hail.
Is a yeoman's deal. One of the reasons why we get such good traction on X. Anthony's promo hit like anywhere from 3,000-4,000 people, and that has a lot to do with Student of God. Brian actually has a record, even though he didn't get a lot of subscriptions out of it. But after our little veto thing, Brian got seen by like 50,000 people. But
not
still,
my finest moment.
Yeah, shit. The hell with that shit. We were able to put that thing right at the tail end of it. So which made Vito very upset. And that's why I live. Actually, that's what I live for. So anyway, folks, back this book for God's sake. Back Six Gun Gorilla. Go ahead.
And yeah, if you are new to the world of Six Gun Gorilla and you don't know if this is like your kind of thing or not, guess what? All you have to do is go to the campaign page and come right down here. And you can click on free digital download and right here, and it will take you to a 100% free PDF copy of the entire first issue. Because I always believe that you should let the customer kick the tires a little. You know what I'm saying?
That is a man who is confident in his work, folks.
I am.
Well,
but that's only because everybody's been so damn nice to me. That's why.
As a customer, I can say, because I think I only have up to issue 7. I think I got the trade that you put together, the first 6 issues.
Yeah.
And then 7. I think I backed that on that campaign.
Yeah.
I still have to get 8, 9, and 10.
Okay.
But I can say that the story is a very gripping, like, you know, it brings you in. You know, I don't say gripping as in like you're on like biting your teeth or anything like that, but like
right.
Like it's not like suspenseful or anything. Like it's action packed like you're in it. Like I blew through the trade. I think it took me longer to read issue 7 because it was I read it separately, so I had to remember what I read in the trade. You know what I mean? But I blew through the trade. Like it was like a quick read. Yeah, it was good. It was really, really good. Yeah.
Thanks, brother.
I gotta tell you, man, this thing just screams toy line. I want a couple different variations of Six Gun Gorilla on my desk. I want the blimp.
Oh, me too.
Dude.
Me too.
The blimp would be like the aircraft, G.I. Joe aircraft carrier.
Right.
That big box.
And I have this book copyrighted under a bunch of different names, by the way. So if I want to switch to like Silverback or Gorilla Gunfighter or some shit like that, I could always do that.
Just fantastic, folks. Pick up both of these books. Damn Dirty Thing and Six Gun Gorilla. You need to do that. These are great artists, and they're not just great artists, they're good people. They need to be supported. They need to be why support nonsense from New CG when you can support great artists like these guys right here. All right, folks. Now we move into where the hell is Darnell? Oh shit. I gotta send Darnell the stuff. Talk amongst yourselves while I send Darnell the invite. Hang on a second. I fuck up so much. I gotta get sleep.
So good.
Hey Brian, can you put your links in the chat for me, the private chat, real quick, so I can share them?
Yeah.
I'm streaming this on my channel too.
Hell yes.
Where is Darnell Quigley?
There we go.
Let's see. Darnell, if you're out there, my apologies. Here you go. Come on in. My apologies there. I'm doing client work again. You can always tell when I'm doing client work. Everything gets on top of me, and my brother's having a kid, and we're trying to negotiate deals for fundings as well as just doing straight client work. We're working with Tom, potentially even getting some work done with Midnight's Edge. So there's a couple other channels, paid gigs, and it's just it's really getting on top of me. It really is. So I apologize to everybody out there. Hey, McCracken. Hey, how you doing, McCracken?
I'd like to address Godfo. First time I was on the show, I addressed Iron about his room, and I asked him why he had to go and bite my room, because I had this first. I had the bisexual lighting first. All right, folks. Just saying.
So you guys gonna have like a knife fight or something and settle this?
No, I'm teasing. More people should have the
It'll be a
bisexual
knife
lighting.
fight by disco lighting. And
Iron, stop talking. As his attorney, I suggest he says nothing else because it's a parody and an homage. He's not stealing the idea.
There you go.
Never fear, Darnell Quigley is here, and that means one thing and one thing only. It is time to address the trivia in the room. Here we go, folks. Let me get to the bank. Get to the bank. Brian, I want to talk to you. Don't go nowhere, or at least give me a chance to talk to you after the show here, because we are setting up a purely once a month Y-Files, X-Files, Ancient Alien type of show here, and we want you to be part of it. The elusive David D hopefully will be able to participate with that. I know you're definitely down for it, but we're gonna do a real proper show where we delve into some stuff. So give me a minute here, Quizmaster Darnell Quigley, and we'll get started. Here we go. We're talk amongst yourselves. Okay, here we go. And here we go. And first question of the night. Hang on. It's on an external drive. You know how it is. It goes to sleep. Hang on. Okay.
Talk amongst ourselves, but then you just talk right.
Because I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
Okay.
Folks, this particular tune shaped the very, very late 80s. You couldn't go anywhere without hearing it. It was blaring out of cars in Las Vegas and Los Angeles. Big deal. Here we go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time for Name That Tune. Remember, artist title and song title in the chat. Wait for the second click to end.
No, Def Leppard, put some sugar on.
Wait for the second. Music. Need the second bit of music to end, and then you can answer.
I didn't know the rules.
Here's a hint. I only have one arm.
And we have to put it in the chat, right?
Yeah. Well, you guys can say it.
Okay.
We'll do a you guys and then like second. OG, once I come into this, once we talk, we'll be doing comic movies, games. We'll do different ones.
Yeah. Yep. On his particular show, he will be doing a variety of stuff. So, you guys, who is that?
Def Leppard. Pour some sugar on me.
All right. One of the few big-haired band songs I can actually stand.
Yeah, they were not awful.
No, they weren't. But at that point, I had just gotten tired.
Oh man, the caramel, Jesus!
I just couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah, man.
I still listen to. I'm sorry. I was going to say I still listen to Hair Nation on Sirius.
Yes,
I do too, man. Dude, I think it's good. I think we're close to the same age. Like I just it's my birthday. I just turned 42, 43. But
Congrats.
fucking so I was a little kid when that shit was really popping off. And then it was kind of older and lame, but kind of cool. Like by the time I hit the teenage years, sorry, like fucking going back to Guns N' Roses, Poison, Rat.
Yeah.
I'm 48, so
I am for the last time. Cut it out with Rat. Now knock
Rat's
it off.
great. Rat is awesome.
Round and round.
I'm 44. My dad hated that music, so I loved it in the 80s.
Right.
He was like, if it's not 70s, it's shit. Remember for Loser, he was like, you can't listen to that because it says you want to kill yourself. While cocaine was playing on the radio by Eric Clapton.
Right.
Irony backhanded me. Whack.
I was a kid through the 80s, so like I'm like literally an MTV kid. Like I remember when MTV came on the air. Like we watched it. Like remember there was all this hype building up to it, and Video Killed the Radio Star came on, and
I was
MTV.
there when that song played. first song.
When
Yeah, me
Thriller
too.
dropped, and it was like, dude, I was still living in Brooklyn. The whole neighborhood got together at this one person's house, and me and the one girl, we weren't allowed to watch it. We were too young. And we snuck in, well, I was like 6, 7.
Okay.
And we snuck into the living room behind one of those old school 70s wraparound couches so we could fit behind it. And we're like peeking over the top. No one sees us because they're all enthralled. And then he turned into the friggin' werewolf. And we screamed. They all screamed. Drinks went flying in the air. We got so much. Dude, MTV. Headbangers Ball. I see Diesel up in there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, me too. That was my thing, too, back in the day. That was my thing, too.
When they made music videos like little short films,
Yes.
Michael Jackson, love him or hate him, he really had a huge hand in that. With
Do you remember
Thriller,
Black or White?
Bad.
It had that like 30-minute video after the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
30-minute video. The movie.
Absolutely,
Headbangers Ball and
Absolutely.
120 minutes.
Darnell, turn your mic up. Turn your mic up.
Oh,
Folks,
I know the problem.
look here. Every celebrity has an embarrassing moment. Everyone. This is one of them.
Oh shit.
Title and artist in the chat.
Title and artist in the chat.
Is this better?
Diamonds on your finger.
Is this better?
Yeah, that's good, Darnell. That's
Okay.
good. Embarrassing.
Heinous.
Absolutely embarrassing.
Heinous. Yes.
It's a good song.
It's catchy.
Are you
It
nuts?
It does crawl up in your ear and
Yes,
fucking.
it was the
Yeah,
80s.
no, it's fun, and it always puts a smile on your face when you hear it.
Stick to your lane.
I prefer his song "In the Butt"
And
than this.
Panel, what is your answer?
Shirley Murphy.
that's definitely Eddie Murphy. I believe Party All Night or Party All the Time is the title.
Party all the time.
All time, Dave's bad. Eddie Murphy's the
Full
guy.
song. Anthony's up. Anthony's got one. Iron's got one. Moving on.
Actually, you know what? I wouldn't say that song's awful. The perfect word for it is awfulsome.
Yeah.
It's awful, but it's also
Yes.
kind of awesome. So
Yes, Diesel. He had a self-titled cassette that came out with like the first side was a few bits, the second side was a few from a stand-up, and he had at the end it was called "Boogie in the Butt." And like,
Yep.
"Stick it in your butt." It was fucking hilarious.
That actually was hilarious. But this serious attempt at actually making music, hideously embarrassing.
I mean, they
Folks,
all did it though. Patrick Swayze
credit?
did it.
Yeah,
Eddie
no.
Murphy.
oh fucking Don Johnson.
Don
Oh,
Johnson.
God. Oh God.
You had that
Oh,
song
sweet
record?
Jesus.
I got
God
respect.
help me.
Swayze. Swayze I
Garbage.
wouldn't give a bad review to though, because he'll fuck you up with that eagle claw.
Hey, She's Like the Wind's a good song.
Folks, this next one,
Frank Stallone.
bonus points for to find single out the person that has a restraining artist on the other person. Here we go.
Oh, I think I already know.
Once again, name that tune. Our talent artist in the chat after the second clip ends. Let's go. We got a 1-to-1 minute battle, 1-to-1 chat.
All in Oats Man Eater.
You're supposed to
Wait for the
bro.
second turn.
I'm sorry.
It's
Bonus question is still available. Which one of those guys has a restraining order against the other?
Yep.
I can
Sarah
tell you.
Hall? On Oates? John
You
Oates?
have
Yes.
you have this in your home. That's who has the restraining order.
Damn.
Jesus Christ. All right, Anthony, go ahead and say that again, please.
Hall and Oates, Man Eater, and Daryl Hall has the restraining order on Oates.
Okay, there you go.
Wonder if he
There
still
we go.
has that happening mullet.
He what?
sort of. He
Mullet.
still does.
Mullet.
He
No,
sort of still does. Yeah.
Sort of still does. Sort of still does. Folks, interesting how those two absolutely hate each other after spending what 3 decades working with each other. Amazing how they literally Daryl Haltz is watching in the interviews on YouTube. He talks about Oates as if he's literally Lucifer.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
And there was the reunion tour that put it over the edge where the restraining order came into play.
I mean, think about it. Again, they were all high on coke in the 80s. No, when they finally came down, everybody hated each other.
I would absolutely
that's your
agree with
real
that.
personality?
No, you are not fun high. Fuck this shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, this man has TDS to the extreme.
Oh,
So much so that a live audience literally booed him off the stage when he went into a political rant. Here we go. And it's not Macklemore.
I have someone else in mind, but I think he gets cheered.
Wait till the second turn. Wait till the second turn.
And his name has also changed. He is no longer named what he was back then.
Yes.
And if you call him that, he
also
gets
a
very
painter.
angry. It's very angry if you call him by that name.
Really?
He should shut up because he can't sing anymore.
No, he can't. Actually, his voice is quite terrible now.
He can paint, though. If you've never seen that guy's painting, it's actually very good.
Yeah, life goes on long after the
All right. Panel.
All right, chat.
At the time, John Cougar Mellencamp, Jack and Diane.
Yep.
All right. Anthony's up by 3. I believe Anthony's up by 3. Iron coming in with 1.
If you call
Brian, got to get on the board here, buddy.
Dude, I'm keeping my mouth shut because these are all just softballs. I've gotten each and every one of these.
Just wait. You want it hard? Let's give it to him hard.
All right, there we go. Yeah, turn up the fucking.
Let's
give
them raw.
All right, I got one for you.
I don't like video games that are too easy. I want a little bit of a challenge.
If you call him John Cougar Mellencamp, he gets extremely pissed and curses you out.
Really?
I'll just call him Cougar.
Jesus.
What up, Coug?
I just remember like seeing an interview with him, and he was like a lot brighter than I thought he'd be, and his artwork is incredible. He's a painter. And actually, his work is very reminiscent of Francis Bacon. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but his stuff's like very kind of creepy and spooky. So, at least he can paint,
Yeah.
But he does have TDS, that's for sure.
One bonus question coming up on this one. This guy transformed from disco to 80s pop, and we're all better for it. Here we go.
All righty. Get your brains ready, ladies and
Comes
gentlemen.
another softball.
Get your curves.
Come on.
A song you could tell that was built around a music video. That they were just like, oh, well, let's do this music video. Oh, yeah, there should be a song that goes with it, too.
Chat, wait till the clip plays a second time.
Yeah.
Bonus question. This particular artist was beaten up by a 93-pound woman to the point where he ended up in the hospital. True or false?
What? No idea.
I'll say true. It's too crazy not to be true.
Yeah, I'm not going to say because I would just...
Okay, panel.
Lionel Richie dancing on the
Lionel Richie.
ceiling.
Awful.
If you hear someone else chiming in, don't stop. Keep going. If you get it out first, you get the point.
Music.
I will also say that the rumor about Lionel Richie's true because Lionel Richie doesn't hit back.
Folks, the bonus question, true or false? This man was beaten up by a 93-pound woman.
Oh.
True. Brenda Ritchie beat him up.
She beat him up so badly that he literally had to go to the hospital.
Damn.
She beat him senselessly, almost ruined his growing area to the point where it didn't work.
Oh,
I like to chalk it up to it was a time where women were believed no matter what, and he just didn't want to go to jail.
No, she actually did it.
No, I know, but he didn't fight back. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah,
just.
but also
You know.
some guys are just raised like that. You know what I'm saying? Or some guys are just like that, where it's just like, you know, all you can do when an angry woman's coming at you, swinging her fists, is this.
Or he was high on coke because again, it was the 80s.
Brenda Ritchie caught him in the middle of the act of adultery, and she reacted very poorly.
Okay, at least he deserved it, you know.
Yeah.
At least he had an ass whipping coming to him. Okay.
I think it was back in was it 88 when that happened, right?
Yeah. Yep.
This next one, folks, was a movie that was released right before the original X-Men came out. They called it the warm-up act for the X-Men movie, the first one. Here we go.
Is this softball for you, Brian?
Let's see.
Hi, I am Pencilhead.
And I am son of Pencilhead.
All right.
My first DVD I ever owned was this movie.
I'm stumped. Completely stumped.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
It's not
Oh,
Sky
it's not a
High, is
softball?
it?
No,
Okay.
indeed not.
That's a really good superhero.
There's some very big names in this movie, actually.
Huge name.
Ben Stiller.
And one did not sign on
Oh,
until.
now I know. Okay, I got it. Now.
Justice, I bash the enemy in the head, or
Oh my God, is that
Dane
Dane Cook?
Yeah, that is
Dane
fucking
Wasn't even a
Dane
song.
Cook.
That was a good movie.
The
Was it,
fucking Sphinx is the shit in that. West Study.
Mystery Men?
Yes.
Yeah. What's the song?
Mystery
that's in the
Man.
background?
Bonus points, panel. Name the song that plays throughout that particular segment.
Oh, I wasn't
By
even paying
Bruce-
attention to the music.
Smash Mouth. All Star.
Excellent.
Ding, ding, ding.
There we go.
Okay, so I think that
He's
Anthony is up by 4. Next, coming in next is Iron, and we're still waiting for Mr. Chris Cow to get on the board. Here we go.
I've gotten all of these except that one.
Funny story. Janine Garofalo refused to sign on until she saw Jeffrey Rush and Hank Azaria was in the movie. Then she signed
Yep.
on.
Well, wait, I got the bonus questions on my two also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Iron answered them actually
Yeah.
out loud and quickly. Let's see. Let's see here. Oh, a wonderful lady from the 80s. That's all I'll say.
Ooh. This narrows it down.
Remember, answering the second turn.
Mm-hmm.
It was used in a prominent superhero movie in 2018. No, 2013.
I think 2013.
Yes, 2013.
I know the movie you're talking. I can't think of her name to save my life.
But that wasn't a song for a movie, unlike the one that she did for The Legend of Billie Jean.
Correct.
This is true. I hated that movie, by the way.
That's
Couldn't
terrible.
stand it. I love Helen Slater.
Yeah,
But
she's great in Supergirl.
Yeah, guilty pleasure. I watch that at least once a year. I love that little movie.
Yeah.
You ready?
It froze.
The old Supergirl. That's a good movie.
Panel.
Pat Benatar. We belong to the night.
Oh, just We Belong. We Belong.
We
I
Belong,
think
yeah.
it's just it.
Yes, we belong.
Give it to him. I couldn't remember her name.
I think part of it's in parentheses. I could be wrong.
I was
It might
sitting
be
there
in
going
parentheses.
like, it's not Joan Jett, obviously. Fucking Debbie Gibbs. Fucking.
No, it's the other brunette.
How
It's the other brunette from the
dare you.
80s.
Who said Debbie Gibson?
I
How
was just
dare
running names
you?
in my head, man.
I actually dated a girl.
Shame
who I
on
met
you,
through a
Iron.
friend, and I didn't meet her for like
Shame.
4 months. When we finally met, we
Shame.
started dating, but the whole time she kept saying, "My voice is like Pat Benatar," and that was like her big thing. When I met her, she started talking. I was like, "Holy shit, you're fucking Pat Benatar!"
I don't hear it. Gotta be
No,
honest. Shame on you, Iron. Shame.
No, I'm not Pat Benatar. She said how she sounded.
David D is correct. Debbie Gibson did pose for Playboy, but only after Tiffany did.
Yep. Ooh, this is a good one.
Yeah.
An absolute low point in the 80s.
Oh man.
Oh god.
What a
And
fucking
there's good
low
trivia
point this was.
about
Oh
him.
my
man.
God.
Real good
I'm
trivia.
embarrassed that I actually even know who this is and what.
Yeah.
As you should be. Good Lord.
What was the TV series pilot that he did?
It was a vampire show called Nick of the Night or some fucking
No.
shit. I don't know.
No.
Nick of
Forever
Time.
Night.
I don't fucking know. Night Nick.
Forever Night.
I don't know. Forever Night. That's right. That's it. That's it.
Oh, whoa. He was in Forever Night?
Uh-huh.
The very
be a
first
pilot.
pilot episode. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then it got put into syndication and they changed the
Yeah.
character out.
Yeah.
Oh, God. An absolute low point in the 80s, folks. Real low point.
And he had his
Jesus.
own movie too, Hard to Hold.
Yes.
It was
Also
Rick Springfield movie because
fucking
remember he was an actor. He had been on a soap opera, General Hospital,
Yep.
when he became a rock star.
Yep. Yes, he did.
So
A
they were like,
manufactured,
perfect.
completely manufactured
Yeah.
rock star.
Yep.
Completely manufactured in every way.
Right.
Panel?
Rick Springfield, Human Touch.
Ugh. I'm fuck. I got Darnell and group. I'm actually woozy. I'm serious. I'm fucking nauseous. Oh God. Whenever I play that guy's stuff, I get kind of sort of sick.
I mean, you gotta whoever wrote the song Jesse's Girl, you gotta give that person.
You know what?
credit,
I take it back. You're right. You're right, Anthony. I apologize. You're right. Anthony's right. That's okay. That one's all right. That's all right.
But the reason why I say that is because it's the only song in existence to use the word moot.
Yes.
No other song in the world uses the word moot.
By the way, this is the reason why Anthony, next to Tom Connors, Anthony is one of the best music trivia guys we've run into. Here we go. A lot of big hair on this. A lot of Aquanet coming up.
Ooh, I can smell it.
Don't look back. Yeah. It's another easy one.
I'm actually working on an AI music album of his cover songs of him.
Oh, cool.
Okay. What up, last Matt?
Hey, last man.
Oh.
I like this song. I'm not. I've heard this gentleman is a not so nice.
Time is a thief when you're on the side. I'm like a fistful of sand.
Isn't a band called the Small Faces before you went solo?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. Everybody chime in quickly. Panel. Who is it?
Stewart. Young
Rod
Turks.
Stewart.
Points issued for both Brian and
What's
Anthony.
the song?
What's the song, by the way?
Here.
Young Hearts.
Yep.
Still giving both the points. Well done. Well done.
I got nothing.
Iron, as your attorney, I'm saying you need to start speaking up, dude.
I didn't know what it was. I had nothing to say. I was like, I've heard this song. I don't know what it's called or who it's by, but I've heard it.
Rod Stewart. Not
good
a
hits,
nice, not a nice man from what I have heard.
Oh
And This is
no.
my second CD I ever owned after a Barry Manilow Greatest Hits CD.
Oh shit.
My
Hey
grandmother
man,
gave me a CD
Darnell,
player.
Darnell, don't admit that in public.
Well, my
Don't
grandmother
say
gave
that publicly.
Look, my grandfather, who I adored so much, gave me a CD player with Rod Stewart's Greatest Hits and Barry Manilow. So I was very
You
proud
know
of it.
what? I understand
like,
it,
what,
and it's a lovely,
6, 7?
lovely gift but no.
Well,
No.
I corrected it. My first two I bought were Hammer, Please Don't Hurt Him, and Crisscross.
Oh,
I was gonna say,
you're digging a hole.
I was gonna say, redeem yourself. What was the first album you paid for yourself?
That would be Crisscross, and then I bought Hammer, Please Don't Hurt Him at the same time.
Oh wow!
I got those. I got those from BMG back when they would send you like 12 cassettes for like 50.
God. I owe them so much money.
Dude, I was underage. And I would do it. I did the BMG, Columbia House, and there was a third one back then. I did it to all three, and all three times they were calling the house looking for the money, and my grandmother would be like, "He's 14!" And they'd have to stop it because they sold it to an underage person.
I just never answered the phone. Messages because
people are just sending this stuff to me. What can I do about it?
My mom worked, so I'd get home from school early, check the messages, delete all of them, and I had like stacks. My dad was like, "Where are you getting this shit from?" I'm buying them online. I'm buying them I'm getting through the mail.
Folks, let me tell you something. This entire broadcast was worth that group of stories right there. This whole broadcast, everything. If you forget everything, don't forget that round of stories about how these gentlemen cheated a company out of money and music.
I think I owe them like $1,000.
Disgrace.
Yeah, it's got to be a total of like $1,200 that I owe all three companies from like 1990.
I think I got like almost 230 something CDs. I counted them at one point, and I lost them all.
I got Crisscross. I got both the MC Hammer albums. I got so many
what
Boys to
kind
Men.
of example are these men setting for the youth of today? I apologize, folks. Here we go.
Shameful.
Hey, we made you in the 80s, man.
She was better with the group. Although I do like this song. I do like it.
She has some good hits by herself.
She did.
Nothing big like what she was with the group, but yeah.
I just can't stand Fleetwood Mac because every time I hear their music, I think of the Clintons.
I can't stand Fleetwood Mac.
Wow, what a weird take.
Well, he came out to what was it?
Don't stop.
Yeah, Don't Stop Believing.
Yeah.
Don't Stop.
Yeah.
You ready, panel?
Now, see, here I couldn't name the song. I can name the artist, but not the song.
Same. I know it's Stevie Nicks. I don't know the name of the song.
Stevie Nicks, Stand Back.
There you go.
Fuck.
I actually
Anthony,
her in American
I'm
Horror
telling
Story.
you, Anthony, I need to get Tom Connors and Anthony and Matt Barr all on the same show.
I was about to say I need to talk to Anthony when this is over because you're going to be a guest.
Yeah, Anthony, I'm telling you, man. If Anthony played on the weekend, he'd be on the in first tier on the weekend. He'd definitely be contended for 2 belts. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. A few more, we'll wrap it up for the night. Here we go, another one real quick. Classic new age nouveau rock hybrid song.
Title of artist in the chat, second round.
They get a lot of shit, this band, guys. And this is one of my favorite songs.
Oh, I missed it.
What is that?
Oh, come on!
You don't know?
No.
You're in
Hold on.
Hold on. Wait for the second turn.
Tick tock. That's.
I know the name of the song.
That's the giveaway.
These are
Panel
Sticks, Mr. Romano.
So bad.
The video used to scare me as a fucking kid.
Hey, yeah, fuck. Oh, I thought I was the only one who said that. Who
Me.
said that?
Me.
Darnell.
Me.
I remember in 6th grade, all the other kids, that was the band they were listening to, and I was into Black Sabbath, and I was like very, very adamant.
You know what video scared me as a kid?
What was it?
Land of Confusion, the original Land of
Oh
Confusion.
fuck! Jesus Christ!
Those puppets scared the fuck out of me.
Video.
Actually, that one too.
It's the same
That one too.
From a DC, not DC Follies. DC Follies? TV show.
No, it was Sharper Image.
No.
Sharper Image.
No. It was a
Spitting
TV
Image.
show. It was a show
Spitting
about politicians in DC, and they had those same fucking puppets.
Yeah,
it's
DC
Yeah,
Follies.
Sharper
It
Image.
was a British show at first.
Spitting
it was called
Image.
Spitting Image.
Yeah.
And then
Spitting
they
Image.
decided to try and do it in America with the Reagans
The
at
Croft
the time.
puppets, actually.
And
Yeah.
it didn't quite take off.
Oh, it's
but yeah, they're
terrible.
very
yeah.
famous
But
British
fucking Anthony is right. That shit was terrifying. It really was.
I love it
Anthony-
now.
Were horrific
But-
caricatures. They really were hateful, I would say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
extremely hateful and very, very insulting. But God,
Yeah.
they were nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
Really, they were
Big time.
ugly, ugly things.
But I tell
They
you
were
what,
pretty fair. They were pretty fair. They were balanced. They made fun of both parties pretty equally.
But they were scary as fuck.
Yeah, they were
yeah.
just pure terror.
But I tell you what, they wrote that song I believe somebody was able to read the future, and they wrote that song specifically for Disturbed to cover it because
Exactly.
that song, that's probably the best cover of an '80s song going. And there's a lot of good ones.
It is
Don't
a
get me
good
wrong.
one.
But
That's
Disturbed's Land of Confusion, like they were meant to play that song. Like,
Yeah.
I agree, Anthony. Wholeheartedly, 100% agreement in that. It's a better version, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. I like the
I agree.
original, but I like the Disturbed version much better. Folks, the absolute embodiment of the mid 90s, fun rock.
Oh God.
They
I know the
married
band,
Avril
not the song.
Lavigne.
Quiet, you.
They married her.
All of them did it.
It's a Family Guy joke. Peter refers to them and says they married Avril Lavigne. I've never heard Sound of Silence, the third version of Sound of Silence.
Iron, I don't know what your issue is with these guys.
The Disturber.
Pop punk shit, man.
high school rock is what I call it. Some 41 in too deep.
No, not in too deep.
Fat Lip.
Yes.
Oh, Fat Lip. Yeah, you're right. My bad.
Some 41's all right, but I mean, they're another one of the derivative band. Like a couple bands did something that was kind of unique for the 90s. Mainly, I'll say Blink 182 because I think they're a far superior band to fucking Green Day.
Now, they did change their sound.
Some 41 did. You're right.
Yes.
Whereas some of the other rip-off bands didn't, and that's why they kind of faded away, like Good Charlotte and some of the others.
The one thing I'll give Sum 41 on that song, the one thing I give them credit for that song is the homage to the Beastie Boys, the original like License to Ill style of
You said In Too Deep. What movie are they parodying in that video?
In Too Deep?
What 80s movie do they parody in that video?
I'll give you a hint. Rodney Dangerfield starred in it.
Yeah, it's I could see it. It's the one where he goes back to school.
You named it.
There it is.
Back to school. Yeah, thank you. I could have.
Well done. Well done.
Years of smoking pot got me a little slow on that one.
It's been known to happen.
Last one of the night, gentlemen. Last one of the night, and we'll wrap this show up. Here we go with let's see. Early 80s, late 70s, I'd say. This song will outlive the planet Earth. Somewhere in the universe, this song will be played long after the human race is gone asunder. Here we go.
Probably the
What I
space
think
probe.
it was sent into space. Copy was sent into space. That's what I think it is. But this is as timeless as the one I was thinking of.
Very timeless song.
Yes. Title and artist.
Knock it off, David D.
Prodigy Fire Starter.
All right, panel. What is your answer?
Martin Solveig and Stefan Don. I don't want to work.
Absolutely not.
No.
I just know the name of the song. I do not know the artist.
Todd Rundgren.
Yes.
Oh, is that the Rundgren version?
Yep.
Sorry.
Yes.
About
It is Bangadrome, but yeah.
That is Todd Rundgren.
I don't want to work.
I don't want to work. That is it. That is it, boys. Well done. Good run. Anthony came out on top. Well done, Anthony. Once again, the reason why Anthony just dominates in trivia. I'm telling you, man. You, Tom, Connors, and Matt got to get in the same room together. I'm going to make that happen before the end of the year.
Playing in bands for 20 years kind of helped.
And Tom was a DJ, and Matt Barr just has wisdom beyond his years. All right, here we go. Folks, we want to thank you. We're going to go around the horn, wrap this up. Anthony, tell us a little bit more about your book as we close it up today.
Yeah, so we've got a Damn Dirty Thing is the one I'm mainly focusing on right now because that one is still funding to its goal, but we have them in-house. We're shipping. I'm going to be sending the first batch out. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so I'll box them up tomorrow in some Geminis and put them out Thursday in the mail. Along with the people who ordered the novella. We got the novellas. You can get Pariah Blood and Mud on the campaign. But I also, on Fund My Comic, have my art book, hardcover. We got these in-house. These are shipping out this week also.
Nice.
That's over on Fund My Comic. So if you want to see my artwork that I do, you can. I do all different styles. You can check it out. This ranges in art from the 90s to now. So it's like it runs the gamut of my years of doing this stuff. And we also have Lightbringer 2 over on Indiegogo, which is still in demand and funding. That'll be going to print next month as well. Next month, October, which is like a week away. So in a couple of weeks, that'll be going to print along with Hunting Alice, and we'll get those books out to everybody as well. So we got a lot of stuff going on.
Absolutely, absolutely, folks. Support Anthony. Everything he does. Make sure you support Anthony. He's awesome. His work is awesome. His partners are awesome. He's awesome. Support him. Brian Christgau, talk to me.
Oh yes. Six Gun Gorilla Volume 2 trade paperback is what this campaign is for. You can, of course, get the Volume 1 trade paperback by itself, or if you buy them both together, I knock $5 off the price. And then, of course, some people love their floppies, so there's always a floppy tier. The one thing that's a campaign exclusive here is the John Dillard cover for the Volume 2 trade paperback, which is just astounding.
It absolutely is.
Just, I mean, so blessed to be working with the people that I'm working with. Super duper lucky. There's a cover
everywhere.
by my boy Simon Poitier. But yeah, there's also a digital tier, of course. So there's something here for everybody. For $45, you can get one of these bad boys. These are printed from high impact resin. Wow. They won't, if your cat knocks this off the shelf, it's not going to shatter into like a million pieces. And I still have those in stock. So those ship immediately. There's also another variant cover for issue 10 by Matt Slay. There's something here for everybody. It's critically acclaimed. Chuck Dixon is a big fan. Mike Barron's a big fan. Joe Lansdale's a big fan. I can say without being braggadocious that everybody who reads this comic loves it. And if you're wondering if this is your sort of thing or not, just go right here and click on a link, and it will take you to a free digital download, a PDF of the entire first issue. Thanks for having me, Mr. Berger.
Absolutely, folks. Back Brian's book. The links are in the chat for both Anthony and Brian's stuff. Iron, promote the hell out of your channel, will you?
All right. Well, I am back from a little mini vacation. Had to take some time off, spend some time with the family, get the hell out of town for a little while. But we're back. Rogues Gallery returns this Friday, the 27th. I believe we have special guest Phil Diaz on. I'm going to double check with him, make sure he's still confirmed.
Love Phil.
And we'll be talking about his book and just about some of the current events in media and everything going on around us. There's plenty to talk about, good and bad. We got the Penguin. We've got some more news with X-Men 97 season 2. We've got, of course, Agatha and the Rings of Power to bash on. So it'll be a lot of fun. Sunday will be the good return of Space Jockeys with Diesel hosting, myself as co-host. We are going to talk about, again, something good, which is Terminator Zero. We both absolutely were blown away by this series. It's the best thing they've done with Terminator, in my opinion, since Terminator 2.
Word.
It's that
Wow.
good.
I've been thinking about checking it out. Yeah.
I was hesitant till I
blows your mind out your asshole good.
Yeah, it's a proper
Really
sequel. It's a proper
Yes.
sequel.
And they do it a service by not even really focusing on the legacy characters, John Connor, Sarah Connor, all of that. Not really touched on. It's a standalone story with original characters in a different setting than what the first movies were in. You know, it's an anime, so it takes place in Japan. Go figure.
But it introduces a new faction too.
It does. It does a lot of good with the source material. And one of the number one things, it doesn't take a shit on the original source material. It respects it. It just doesn't try to borrow from it too much for the main storyline. Really going to have a great time talking with Diesel about that. And whoever else wants to join, if anybody's seen the show and you want to jump on, holler at us and we'll send you the link on Sunday. That will be at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, same time as Rogues Gallery, 5:30 on Friday. And after that, I'll just kind of be in and out through the week, jumping on people's shows when I can.
Folks, what Iron forgot to mention is it's the end of the month, last Friday in the month. That means that yours truly will most likely make an appearance on the weekend's Rose Gallery, bringing my trivia nonsense and stuff. As soon as it gets done with all the pop culture stuff, I pop in, do my thing. It's always a good time, and I might be coaxed into sharing some updated information about I'm announcing it here, Dick Masterson. There has been some issues going on with Dick Masterson, Riley, and Mint Salad, which if I can get a couple of confirmations, I might be tempted to spill that out onto Iron's show. It confirms some of my suspicions. About how
you can join the show the whole time if you want.
How Dick and company pay for things, how this entire thing with Vito almost being fired, not being fired, might have been a contrived stunt. There's some things that are being blind items on Kiwi Farms, Reddit, and other places that I've collected because I should have been working on other things, but I couldn't resist. And how that connects up to a fat frog man in the comics book sphere. So I may be coaxed to actually deliver something like that. We won't make the whole thing about it. You know, it's maybe only 10 minutes of stuff, but
when is this?
There's a reason why or how bills get paid on the biggest problem in the world. And it's not Patreon, and it ain't YouTube revenue.
Yeah.
There's other reasons for it. Anywho, allegedly. Anywho, that's where I'll be on. I will be appearing with Kira, Scream Queen Selena on Thursday. And as always, we are back live on Sunday morning after Flash with the Mr. Burger Mega Trivia Challenge, which hopefully Iron can sub in for Crow because Crow's on the road doing his pyro thing, I think.
Yeah, for
Blowing
sure.
stuff up on stage for rock bands. So we'll coordinate with that. And one of the biggest pieces of news before we let you go, folks, Darnell Quigley's Wednesday show, the franchise Quiz Time with Quizmaster Darnell Quigley, will start most likely October 24th. It's going to take a little bit of time to get all the stuff ready for that. We want to make sure all his graphics are ready, all his co-hosts are lined up, and everything else. But you'll be able to get the trivia goodness during the week in a prime time show. You don't have to stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning to play trivia anymore. Darnell will give you your trivia fix as the ultimate quiz master starting, I believe, October 24th. Updates coming soon. We're going to start promoting his show next week on X because we want this guy to blow up like a balloon. And again, subscribe to Iron Oxide. Get over there. Let's get that channel built up as big as possible. Remember the Jack show when it was actually good? Well, Rogues Gallery is what the Jack show used to be. That's it. That's all. Anybody got anything else to say? And very quickly in closing, anything?
I just want to say, since Brian brought up Dillard, just shout out Dillard. He's an awesome dude. Did a cover for him. He did a cover within 12 hours for me when I got into some problems with the Lightbringer 2 campaign. We don't need to get into the dirty things about that. But he's got his own thing with Flash, but he's also got his own stuff going on with his own property, The Buckler, which Canadian Tussle, we just ordered the books. I'm going to be fulfilling for him, so we're going to get those out the door. And once those are out the door, he's got a second chance campaign coming up for everything Buckler. The first book, the Ash Can, the Canadian Tussle. So go give him a subscribe also over on YouTube. He does a nightly show called Am I the Asshole, which is fun. I'm over there. He's co-host with me on Slumlords on Wednesday nights at 10 Eastern. And he also co-hosts me when we get some creative artists to square off in the ring on Indie Cockfight. He's everywhere. He's always helping out, and he's a great dude. So go give him a follow and a sub.
I absolutely want...
Hell yeah.
I actually want Mr. Dillard back on to promote that book as soon and as much as he wants to be on. We really want you to go. And next week, one last thing. Next week, I guarantee we will have some type of filmmaker or game developer on this show. We're not just all about comic books, although we love comic books, but we are going to have an independent filmmaker on this show next week. Folks, so stick around for that. I'm trying to finalize that. It's a sci-fi guy or sci-fi guys doing an awesome project that they have funded to over $250,000 already. Wow. Hopefully we get them on the show. They're awesome. And they'll be hopefully our first filmmakers to get on it. Jesse Torres, who just finished a short film and going into production on a major project in February. Also, another filmmaker coming up on our program. All right, that's it. That's all.
I'm sorry. I hate to do this to you. I know you're trying to end, but because you said filmmaker, another great person in this community, indie filmmaker turned comic artist, Alazmat. He's got his own channel also. He's got his own book, which I think he's got a second chance going for the second volume, Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake. He does a show every Thursday at 8 p.m. called Indie Outliers, where he goes over the hidden gems of indie comic creators, and he introduces you to them. So if you've never heard him, he goes into he's awesome. Yeah. And plus, me and him will be at CCon over here in Seabright, New Jersey this Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We got tables right next to each other, so we're going to be hanging out. Slumlords representing the tri-state area, so come on and hang out if you're in the area. It's right on the Jersey Shore, right on the beach. We're going to be hanging out. and grabbing a beer and a burger afterwards. Brian's too much of a wimp to take the drive down.
That's a 2-hour drive, bro.
It's a 2-hour drive for a Lazmat.
That's it? My wife drives that every day to go to work.
But Lazmat's good people.
If I can, I will. For sure.
Anthony, please get his info to me so we can get him on the show, please.
Yeah,
or to Iron. Get it to me or to Iron as soon as you possibly can. Even when the broadcast is over, get it. Send a DM, please, please, please.
Yeah. I'll give you links to his channel and his Twitter, and you guys could hook up.
Oh yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. All right, folks, that's gonna wrap it up for us here at the pitch. Same bad time, same bad channel next week. We'll see you around. Thank you to all my guests. Thank you to my co-host with the most, Iron Oxide. Subscribe to his channel, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye. Oh, excuse me. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Bye bye.